Catholics cannot tolerate racism and also claim to defend the sacredness of every human life, Pope Francis says, commenting on the upheaval that has followed the death of George Floyd in police custody.
The Pope is urging the U.S. to reach a national reconciliation, after days of protests and violence.
My friends, we cannot tolerate or turn a blind eye to racism and exclusion in any form and yet claim to defend the sacredness of every human life, the Pope said on Wednesday.
He added, at the same time, we have to recognize that the violence of recent nights is self-destructive and self-defeating. Nothing is gained by violence and so much is lost. Quote.
On Wednesday, Francis says, he is joining the faithful in Minneapolis and across the U.S. in praying for the repose of the soul of George Floyd and of all those others who have lost their lives as a result of the sin of racism.
The prayers, he added, would be for consolation for their grieving families, and for reconciliation and peace.
In the Pope's remarks about violent protests, he was quoting Archbishop Jose H. Gomez, president of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, who recently issued a statement condemning Floyd's death.
In that statement, Gomez asked, how is it possible that in America, a black man's life can be taken from him while calls for help are not answered and his killing is recorded as it happens?
With riots breaking out in many U.S. cities, Gomez cited America's most famous civil rights leader.
It is true what Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. said, that riots are the language of the unheard. We should be doing a lot of listening right now.
The Pope's message to the U.S. was part of his address during Wednesday's general audience at the Vatican. Here's the full text of that portion of his remarks.